Welcome. I'm so excited you're here, and welcome to day one. So today we are going to be doing a little gentle flow, connection with breath, intention setting practice. So let's get started. So coming into a gentle seated posture with a nice tall seat, hands on the knees. We're going to allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. And if it's in your practice, feel free to draw your eyes closed or just bring a gentle gaze down to the floor, whatever feels best to you. And so we'll begin to just bring our attention inward. When we do that, we start to slow down the mind and the body and just bring awareness, bring attention to inside of our bodies. And so we just start to notice any feelings or sensations we have in our bodies. But sometimes it can show up as little sensations, little twinges in the body, maybe little feelings of temperature changes, but just starting to notice and become aware. And this is how we get grounded to begin our practice. Maybe we bring awareness to our body where it makes contact with the mat, with the ground. We notice that feeling of connection. And just starting to invite in that deeper awareness of our body and our surroundings. So we start to bring our attention now to ourselves, to our bodies. We start to bring back that connection, that mind-body connection. And so just really starting to notice anything that's coming up for you. And if the mind should wander and thoughts come in, do not judge yourself. We hold a deep space of compassion throughout our practice, self-compassion, self-love. And so we don't meet those thoughts or actions with any sort of judgment. We meet them with acceptance and love. And so the thoughts arise, and we just simply allow them to dissolve away by bringing ourselves back, our focus back to our body. And so now we'll start to invite in a nice, deep and balanced breath that we'll use throughout our practice. So nice, deep, slow and controlled inhales starting to come through the nose. As we inhale, we feel that breath move through the back of our throat. Breath fills chest, then ribs fill. And then that belly starts to fill up. And as we exhale, the belly softens and empties. The ribs soften and empty. And the chest falls, and the breath then leaves our nose. And so we begin to come into a deep awareness of this breath moving through our body. So nice deep inhales, nice slow and controlled deep inhales. Once that belly's full, we softly and slowly release that exhale. So just taking a brief moment here to settle into that breath. Start to feel what it feels like to really bring our awareness to our breath. And that breath-body connection. How the breath feels as it moves through our body like a wave. And we build this breath as a foundation for our practice. So throughout our practice, we'll use this breath as a guide. We'll come back to our breath repeatedly throughout our practice. And if we get agitated through the practice, if something's a little bit difficult, we breathe through it. So we come back, we keep returning to that breath, which is the most important part of our practice. And I always like to compare what we do on our mat to what we do in our life. So we use this breath to come back to on our mat. And then in our life, it's much easier then to return to breath in times of challenge and difficulty. We can take nice deep breaths to calm ourselves, to center ourselves, and bring ourselves back home. And so as we come into this breath balance here, this deep mind-body connection, we're going to take a moment here in stillness just to start to think about what intention we would like to set for our practice. So I believe it's so important to set an intention. And I urge you to set an intention for the entire challenge as well. But in this moment, we're going to practice with intention. So set an intention for this practice today. An intention can look like this. It can be simply to be present, to get the most of your practice, to feel good, maybe to release something that doesn't feel right in the body that we want to let go of. Or perhaps you want to dedicate your practice to someone else, someone you love, someone maybe who you feel really strongly needs this energy. And so we'll take a couple of moments here in breath just to allow an intention to come to mind. So just sitting in stillness and trust that whatever comes to mind is perfect. And once that intention comes to mind, we'll bring our hands to prayer at heart center, pressing palms in together. Just take this moment to bring that intention to mind. Take a nice deep inhale, allow that intention to come into alignment. And as you exhale, release any resistance. So anything that may stand in the way of this intention, just allow that to let go. Now we're going to inhale, bring that intention in. So circling the arms. Exhale, bringing those hands back to prayer, releasing any resistance whatsoever. Just letting that go. Inhale, circle the arms again. This time turn those palms. Exhale, bring those hands down by your side and release, relaxing the shoulders. We'll take another deep inhale here, keeping those hands, palms down, connected to the mat. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, release it out your mouth. Let it go, letting go of any tension. And so now we're going to make our way to tabletop position. So just bring your hands out in front of you. Palms of the hands glued to the mat. Fingers widely spread. Wrists, elbows, shoulders stack on top of each other. Knees and hips are stacked. We're going to move through some cat-cows here, which is a great yoga pose, yoga asana, to get you really connected with your breath and body. So we'll inhale to gaze up, point the hips towards the ceiling. On the exhale, gaze to the knees and arch the upper back. Inhale, gaze up, open the heart. Exhale, gazing to the knees, press the upper back away. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, coming home to ourselves. Inhale, opens up. And exhale, coming home. And so just coming back to neutral tabletop here. Remember, throughout your practice here, I'm here to guide you, but really moving with breath and intention is what we need to do. So moving with your own breath. So at the measure of your own breath, On the inhale, we'll turn the toes and shift our hips towards the ceiling, coming into our first downward facing dog. So pressing palms of the hands into the mat, hips reaching towards the ceiling. Get those heels starting to move towards the mat, but not causing any pain whatsoever. So just gently bend the knees, reach the hips towards the ceiling, and take some nice deep breaths here. So trying to keep that nice breath balance throughout the practice. Gentle, deep, slow and controlled inhales and exhales. Inhale, reach the hips a little taller. On the exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, and step or hop to the top of your mat to a forward fold. On the inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circling the arms as we rise. And exhale, bringing those hands into the heart to prayer position. Take a moment. Come back to breath and intention again. So come back to that intention we set at the beginning of practice. Press those palms together, relax the shoulders. On the inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the feet back. Plank position, lower slow, we'll drop the knees. The chest and chin, keep the elbows tucked into the body. Inhale to rise to cobra or up dog. And exhale, turn those toes, shift the hips, find downward dog. Nice, deep and balanced and controlled. Inhales and exhales. Hips reaching towards the ceiling. And as always, if downward dog doesn't feel right to you, you can always find alternate postures, so we can drop down to child's pose. Or you can come to tabletop. Whatever downward dog looks like for you is perfectly fine. So back to downward dog, nice deep inhale, reach the hips tall. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step or hop to the top of your mat to a forward fold. Inhale to rise halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold and let it go. Inhale, reaching as we rise, circling the arms. And exhale, bring those hands to the heart. Inhale, circling the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the feet back. Plank position, lower slow, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, rising to cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. See what you feel like. If you feel like you need to bend one knee at a time and find movement in your downward dog, feel free to do so. And it's always your version of down dog. Inhale, reaching hips tall. Exhale, bend those knees. Step or hop to the top of your mat to a forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold and let it go. Inhale, circling as we rise. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. This time we're going to inhale, step the left foot back, coming into our warrior one. So the left foot's on a 45. That right knee is bent. We face forward. Inhale, bringing those arms up to warrior one position. Palms face each other. Take a couple of breaths here. Notice how you feel in this posture. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, windmill those hands down. Step that right foot back and lower slow. Exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back to breath and intention. Inhale, deeply reach the hips tall. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, step the right foot back, warrior one. Right foot's on a 45, lined up with the left. Palms connect. Inhale, bring those hands to warrior one position. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Couple of breaths here. Breathing into your belly, creating space. As we practice together, we create this space, this extra space to fill with peace. And we bring and invite more peace into our lives. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, windmill those hands down, step the left foot back. Lower slow, dropping knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. A nice deep inhale, reach the hips tall. Exhale, drop those knees and lower down into child's pose. A nice deep inhale here. On the exhale, let's walk our hands over to the left side just to get a nice side body stretch here. Just allow the forehead to fall onto the mat. Next, inhale, walking the hands over to the right side. A nice side body stretch here. Inhale, walking those hands back to center. Next, inhale, walk the hands in towards you as you rise. Rolling over onto your hip. We'll send those legs straight out in front, bringing yourself to closer to the end of the mat. So you've got space behind you to land down on your back. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, reach forward. Slowly make your way down all the way so you end up on your back. Draw the knees into the heart. Just take a moment, roll from side to side. A nice deep inhale here. On your exhale, let your bent knees fall over to the floor on your left side. Arms come to a wide tier. Cactus gazes over to the right hand. Keeping those nice balanced breaths. Just noticing how you feel in this nice deep spinal twist here. Next, inhale, we draw the knees back to center. And on the exhale, allow those bent knees to land over on the floor on your right side. Gaze is over now to the left hand. And these spinal twists are so important. They help us to sort of detox, twist the body. They allow us to stretch out those little tiny micro muscles all throughout our spine. And just noticing how you feel here. Nice deep inhale, draw the knees back to center and just start to roll around here, just getting some movement from side to side, massaging out your back. And now we're gonna take a nice deep inhale, hug ourselves, hug our knees in. Nice deep inhale here, hug everything in nice and tight, and on the exhale, release everything down so those feet come out to the outer edges of the mat. Palms can face the ceiling or the ground, whatever feels right to you. And just starting to relax the body into a shavasana or deep relaxation. And I'm just gonna leave you here to soak up this energy. So in Shavasana, we deeply relax. So just staying here in this nice reclined position, lying down. We let everything go. We start to release any and all tension in the body. So we let ourselves melt down into the space. So releasing and relaxing everything in. Let your body become heavy and melt into the space. From my light to yours, namaste.